So this is the penultimate video and it's about the chief exec appraisals. Chief exec is obviously Henry. In the same way as before, you can edit the questions with this button here, if you're not blinded by the yellow. And the numbers for the chief exec are from 200 onwards, so I won't talk any more about that. It's the same as before. Who appraises the chief exec? You can obviously do this in your check everything form, so you could just go to each member of staff and make sure that they've got a tick next to Henry, or this might be a little bit easier because you'll be able to see it all at once with this. So you click who appraises chief exec, and there you just get a list of all the staff. Oh, and the new staff are in there as well, which is quite handy. And then everybody should be appraising Henry, apart from Kathy. Kathy doesn't appraise him. Okay, so make sure all those ticks are good, and then return to administration, and then, oh, what's that? Go away. And then, same as before, you reset, put the date in, and then you update all the databases. Okay, once it's updated, you've got the blank and the results that you also need to update. So this time, you want to be in the chief exec subfolder, and you open up blank chief exec. There it is. The administrator button is this orange fella down here, so click that. Password solar as ever. Go in here and you just update the database like that, and that should all be done. Okay. And the same thing with okay, the results database is called Henry, so you open up Henry. Okay, it's got a password on Henry's, I've forgotten that, which is also solar. It's so secure. And then click the administrator button here, solar again, that, and then you update. Okay, so that's blank and results updated. Chief exec works in the same way as the peer in that staff can't choose their own name, so I'm afraid you've got that whole tedious business again of making copies of blank chief exec. Okay, there's nothing in staff, so again there's a spreadsheet and a batch file to do it, just like there is with the peer. I'll just check that looks okay. So here's your spreadsheet. Okay, so just make sure this staff list is up to date. You go to chief exec, you copy this text into the batch file, which is chief exec staff copies. So you right click on it, do edit, and just copy it in there, and then you run the batch file by double clicking it, and then you get all of the staff copies in the staff folder. Okay. You've got to open each one, so we'll open Adrian's. And when that's open, you click the orange administrator button, solar, and then choose who fills the database out. So it's Adrian, choose Adrian, and there it is. That's Adrian's database, and then that gets emailed to Adrian. I'll just do that one more time for your delectation. Who shall we do? Let's do somebody different. Let's do Francis. Okay, so at the moment it's Dira, so click that, do solar, go in, choose Francis, and so that's up there, Francis' name at the top. Okay, so then they just get emailed out to the staff. Okay, when you want to check who is completed, so when they're in the process of filling it out, you just click check who is completed. Okay, so date Good. Francis and Lynn haven't done theirs, but everybody else has completed. So close that. And then you can export the results. There's only one export to do here, so you have to put the password in because I won't bore you with the technical details, but basically you have to put the password in because this goes directly to Henry's database. Maybe you have to put the password in twice. Okay. So there's Henry's database in Chief Exec, which should now be ready. So you open it up. Password in again, and you don't have to do anything else. I don't think. Just double check. I don't think you have to do anything else. You can just send that directly to Henry. Yeah, I can just go directly to Henry. Now, there is a bit of a thing with Henry in that he doesn't particularly like getting the results in Access, and he'd rather have a Word document or a spreadsheet. So next video, and the last video that I'll do, is how to export those results from Henry's database. I usually put it in an RTF. Okay, so we'll do that next, and that'll be the last one. Yes. How do I stop the video? There we go.